The stupidest exhaust ever. I got a little bit carried away.
In this episode, we are back working on the DIY budget 4-rotor Volvo build. This thing is a work of art. We're going to be making the full custom wiring loom, and we're going to be making the world's craziest exhaust system. So this thing sounds spicy.
That's premium.
Part 3 of the Volvo 240 quad rotor DIY ghetto keep it Reet edition 213Bs bolted together. If this is your first time watching the series, in the last episode we got the engines mounted up and the cross member for the gearbox. In this episode, first thing on my list to do is wires. I've already actually made a start, but we got our Haltech Nexus R5 ECU. We use Haltech ECUs in every single build here at Keep It Reet. They make the best engine management systems in the market and we love them. Yeah, so this ECU was sent out to be used in the V3 comp wagon that's never going to be built. So if you're still around in 20 years or so, you might see that car get built. But in the meantime, I'm going to steal it and put it in this car because it's cool and because I can. How I'm going to do it, so I'm running it as one engine through the R5, basically going to slap a quad rotor tune in it and it's going to start. How, you might ask? Well, we're going to be using one crank angle sensor on the front of the first motor and it's going to fire both engines. So if the second engine's a little bit out of sync with the first motor, it's going to run like a bag of dicks. That's future Jesse's problem. We're also going to be running one radiator. I will have 2 coolant temp sensors, just one for the front and rear motor, just to monitor both, but they should be the same technically. Oil systems are going to be separate, so it will be twin oil cooled and oil will stay as per engine. What else have we done, you might ask, or you might not? But Jimbo has mounted some seats. Shout out Raceworks. They've got a gangster line of FIA bucket seats. So yeah, Jimbo's done some boxing and some modifying of the floor. So he chopped out the big humps that were in here, had massive humps, and then he's had to chop even more out of like the trans tunnel here and sink it down. We wanted these seats nice and low, otherwise they were gonna sit very high. That's about it. I'm gonna continue wiring, get the wiring done, and then I have got some exhaust manifold flanges. I'm going to be creating an absolute masterpiece of an exhaust manifold. Is it still called an exhaust manifold if it's not turbo? Anyway, I've got flanges. Going to be doing something pretty special with the exhaust to make these things sound absolutely wild. That's it. Hit the like button if you enjoy the Volvo content and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's get into it. Oosh. So, making a loom. It's pretty basic. We're not going to get too carried away with this bad boy. I've pinned out the Haltech side, so I've got them just dangling through the firewall there. And I'm just running out all my wires to where they need to go and cutting them to length, sleeving it, and then I'll pin them out. These two in particular for wideband sensors. We're gonna run 2 widebands, one for each engine. So that's the plan of attack. At the minute, I have come up with a bit of a solution for our intake / throttle body setup. I won't dive too far into it right now, but I think you'll like it. Budget, DIY, and it's cool. Beautiful. The stupidest exhaust ever. I got a little bit carried away. It was a good idea in theory. Don't know if it was the greatest idea though. 6-in-1, somewhat equal length, stepped header. So it starts off 2-inch till halfway, then it steps up to 2 1/4 inch, and it goes into a 6-in-1 collector, then it's gonna go to a 4-inch out the guard. The big 6-port flanges that bolt to the sides of the engines. Obviously you have to be able to be
tight, bro.
Yeah, it's real tight. So there's slip joints here because if I had any more length on these, you wouldn't be able to get it off. So that can come down underneath with the control arm unbolted just. And then sort of the same deal with the front one. Couldn't use V-bands because even the diameter of the flange was enough to make it so you can't get them off. So it had to be slip joints chopped down. What a mission. And then I had to put V-bands here because they all have to be individual because the slip joints go in different angles. You'll never get it on and off if it was one piece. I should have used smaller tube, I think. The stepped header is definitely killing me. But it's tacked. I just finished the final tack. The issue I'm facing though,
It's pretty.
it's something.
It's definitely pretty, but
It'll-
it's gonna work.
It'll sound insane, mark my words. Yeah, if it does the thing. The issue I'm having though is for some reason these V-bands are really dogged. Like there's not enough room in between them, even though when I did 3 of them and there was lots of room and now there's no room. And it's really hard to get the clamps off is what I'm saying. It's a nightmare. But I'm gonna keep slogging because I got to the halfway point and it was too late to turn around, so I had to commit. And now it's definitely too late to turn around, so we're gonna keep committing. Yeah, that's that. It's gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna now try to pull it all apart, weld it all. I'm gonna attempt to make some mechanism like a bolt and a nut welded to over the slip joints so you can sort of pull them into each other. Lop this collector up back a bit. 4" 90 out the guard coming up like this, and then there'll be flames 700 feet in the air that way, and it'll be great. Yeah, also gonna have to do a custom coolant neck on this back engine because it's supposed to be a coolant hose there.
I hope she makes power.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna melt everything. That's gonna get really hot.
Oh, hey guys, sorry to interrupt this episode. Just wanted to let you know summer is approaching. Get yourself one of these beautiful tank tops available at keepitreet.com.
What's going on, everyone? It's time to show you what we've been doing on this Volvo. Things are getting serious and a deadline has been introduced. So we are going to be taking the Volvo 240 Trovo DIY 4-rotor to World Time Attack. It's going to be in the Haltech stand. Rob Darm's going to be coming over and he's going to be jealous of our...
Impressed.
He's going to be impressed.
He's gonna be like, whoa, look at the engineering on that thing.
Brother,
That's right. He's going to appreciate some fine Australian engineering, and we may be able to teach him a thing or two about rotaries. So that's what's going on. So we've got a couple of weeks to get this thing running so we can shoot some flames at World Time Attack and hang out with the boys. I got the loom done, which you've seen. We've installed that. The boys have made some sub looms for the coil packs and the injectors. It's all looking pretty nice, I'm not sure. My exhaust manifold headers contraption is finished. Got dual wideband, one for each engine. It's something. Pretty basic, you know. Didn't take long to make or anything. It was pretty straightforward. Nah, it took me a while and it wasn't straightforward. It sucks.
He didn't get angry while doing
No,
it.
I didn't get angry once. I was not
He
frustrated
didn't
at
have a
all.
single bad day.
No bad
Not a
days.
single bad day.
So it is a 6-into-1 stepped header, somewhat equal length. Boys working on the fuel system.
Can I show them the flange?
The fuel system's getting done. We're linking the factory oil cooler ports just for the minute so we can get it started. PWR will be sending us out some Gangster 13B oil coolers and a radiator.
I'm now gonna give you guys a sneak peek on probably the next part of the video.
I'm holding the mic.
Yep. Ta-da! I designed a flange for our throttle bodies that we got from EFI Hardware that they probably still haven't seen. I went round to Mitch from Maculek and said, do me up some flanges, and he chucked our names on them, and you know who that is in particular.
Who?
To size. That's a flange. I designed it, and then someone did CAD things, but that was a drawing at one point, and now it's a piece of metal, which I'm proud
You're
of.
telling me you didn't scan
Well, there was nothing.
Yes.
All right, part of it was already there, but
That
is going to be going there.
is going to be like here, and it's going to house 4 ITBs from EFI Hardware. So thank you, EFI Hardware. We will show you them once Tarly bolts them to this. We'll show you them once he bolts them. Next time.
Next time.
On the episodes. Jimbo!
Who's hiding over there?
Next time on the episodes.
What do you think?
I think there's still a lot to do in a short amount of time, but we'll get it done.
Hold on, I'm going to drill a hole.
Stealing. You guys are stuck with me now. Look at this guy over here doing things. He's been so stressed about this. So stressed. He gave himself a deadline and he's like slightly regretting it just a little bit. Look at that face. Look at that face.
I am not stressed.
He gave us a deal.
I don't stress. I got a 130 mil hole saw.
I've never seen one this big before.
Yeah, that's what she said. And I'm probably going to drill the hole in the wrong spot, but that's what a die grinder's for. Ooh, are they some heat wave safety glasses?
If you want 10%.
Yeah, KIR 10 on the Heatwave website if you want 10% off your heat waves.
That's why you wear your PPE. I could have lost my foot. We're gonna have to do the thing that everyone does. That's how they do it. The thing that everyone does. They just cut another plate and then they rivet it in.
Oh, yeah.
Cheaters. Cheaters. Oh, he's eyeballing it again.
Do you want to hold my shoulder while I...
Look at this.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Almost.
We'll be back.
One eternity later.
What's going on? All right, come have a look, Jai. Look. Oof. Oof. The exhaust is complete. Wow.
Wow.
Look. I put an X in it so people know that we're serious.
Why haven't I?
So people know that we're serious.
Serious about what?
Serious. About being serious.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot some seriously big flames for a non-worked motor, that's for sure.
Yep. It's going to be punching well above its weight. We got the Raceway fuel system going on here.
We got Raceworks. We got an in-tank pump, and then it goes to a rubber hose that was probably originally in this car, and then it goes to a barb fitting that goes to these beautiful 200 series AN lines that are worth more than this car. Fuel in, and then fuel return once it's reached its pressure. And then it keeps this line pressurized at 1,000,000 liters per minute because these things guzzle. Normally you'd have the fuel come in and you go straight through and the fuel would keep going.
Cap.
And then it would go to the rail and then it would return back.
Cap.
Through one of these. But this is not how we're doing it this time.
The reg usually goes in the return, but this fuel rail, the standard fuel rail doesn't have a return, so that's that.
Dead end or dead head if you're Benny.
Got a Haltech.
This is one big Haltech.
Haltech.
We need a
Just a rubber grommet.
600 mil boot.
Just need a rubber grommet for the
Dude,
the whole car needs a rubber grommet.
yeah, exactly.
We removed the rear water pump and alternator, give us some more room for our intake that we're going to be doing. So I think we're going to go electric water pump. Anyway,
Comment down below how ready for the next bit you are.
I'm excited to hear it run, and I hope you are too. I think it's going to sound sick with the 6-in-1 step header, exhaust thing, drag car thing.
Over to you, TJ. Thanks, mate.
We're going to wrap this video up here. In the next one, we're going to be using our EFI drive-by wires and Tarly's flange that has little dickuses on it. And we're going to be creating our intake for these things, and we're going to be firing it up. So you will hear this thing running in the next episode. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, we'll wrap this one up here. Next one, we'll get this thing running and we'll be on our way to World Time Attack to go see what Rob the 4-rotor nerd.
A rotary nerd. One of the biggest rotary nerds
to
ever.
The rotary nerd thinks of our ingenuity. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. See you in the next one.
affects everything.